This is Samina Tariq from A Foodys Kitchen. Today I'm sharing a recipe for traditional Pakistani breakfast which is called chane puri. In this chane recipe I'm using dried chickpeas which I'm going to soak and make them later. And I'm also using self-raising flour for making the soft and spongy puris which you can reheat in a microwave. And I'll start with a list of ingredients. In the ingredients I have 2 cups of dried chickpeas. You can use any medium-sized cup for measuring. And I'm going to add 1 to 2 teaspoons of bicarbonate soda to it and adding plenty water to soak them overnight and then rinse few times and drain before cooking. I have 2 peeled and cut onions here, some garlic cloves, salt, clove seeds, black pepper, turmeric powder, dried chili flakes, cooking oil, and I have some tempering ingredients which is some butter, chopped green chilies and sliced onion. Now this is the chickpeas I soaked last night. I'm just going to drain the water and they're ready for cooking. So I've drained the chickpeas and rinsed them a few times and boiled some water in a pot. I'm just going to cook them until they're just tender but not started to break. Then we're going to make the sauce separately. While the chickpeas are cooking, sometimes the top turns frothy and you can always use a spoon or a small sieve to take that froth out. Or later on you can drain it and use it as it is. It does not harm or it does not taste anything. I'm using my pressure cooker for making this sauce because we need smooth sauce for this curry. So I'm just heating a little oil, just like 2 to 3 tablespoons, or you can add a bit more if you need. And just adding the onions. I'm going to brown the onions lightly for a good few minutes. Once the onions are lightly softened, I'm just adding the garlic. 1 to 1.5 teaspoons salt. I'm just adding 1 teaspoon just now. Half a teaspoon of clove seeds. Half teaspoon of black pepper. Half teaspoon of turmeric. 1 teaspoon of chili flakes. To mix it properly. Now I'm just adding 2 or 3 cups of water to it and letting it steam until all these ingredients are softened and cooked. After steaming the sauce, there's still a lot of water in there, although the ingredients have softened. So I'm just reducing the water on full heat and stirring it as it needed. Our sauce has turned nice and smooth. There's no water left in it and oil is separating from it. So we're just gonna keep it aside while our chickpeas are cooking. Our chickpeas are cooked properly. And I'm just adding them to the sauce. It does not matter if there's a bit of water in them or not. You can always add tiny bit of water. So I'm just going to mix them with the sauce. Once they mix properly, I'm just adding a tiny bit of water because they're looking a bit dry. And letting it simmer on medium heat while I prepare the tempering. I start by melting the butter. In those ingredients. Now our tempering is ready to be combined with the chickpeas. So I'm just going to pour it on top and mix it properly. I'm just going to some chopped coriander and a big pinch of ground garam masala, and we're just ready to serve now. This is our chickpeas curry, which I'm serving with freshly made puris. This puri recipe makes light and fluffy puris because I use self-raising flour and I use the yogurt to knead it, and just some salt is added to it. So I start by, I don't have to measure it how many cups is going, it's just roughly few cups of plain self-raising flour going in, and then just adding a big pinch of salt, mixing it, and then adding the yogurt to knead it. I'm not adding any oil or water for kneading this flour, just the yogurt. Now once it's kneaded properly, just going to cover it with the cling film, letting it rest for a good 20 to 30 minutes. This dough has been resting for half an hour and I'm ready to make puris out of it. So I'm just making little balls out of the dough. I have lightly dusted surface and I have my rolling pin ready and oil is heating nicely. This is our chickpeas curry, which I'm serving with freshly made puris.